Hi there and welcome to another Whiteboard Wednesday video. It's David Duffett here at Let the Geek Speak, and it's great to have you along because you probably know that the whole reason we do all of these videos is to help make technical people even better at presenting the information they need to audiences of various technical levels. Yes, the whole reason for sharing these hints and tips and tools is to make your presentations even better than they already are. Now, in addition to coming here with my whiteboard on a Wednesday for those Whiteboard Wednesday videos, I also come along on a Friday with a flip chart. Can you guess what those ones are called? Exactly, Flip Chart Friday videos. And there's a wealth of previous Flip Chart Friday videos and Whiteboard Wednesday videos, all in a cache called the YouTube channel Let the Geek Speak. So if you've not seen any of these videos before and you want to catch up, go along to the YouTube channel called Let the Geek Speak. While you're there, you could subscribe, and I don't even mind if you have a little cheeky press of the notification bell so that you will be informed when new videos become available. Over the last 4 Whiteboard Wednesday videos, we've been considering 4 of the 5 key components that go to make a great start to any presentation. And the way we remember these 5 key components is this handy little acronym, INTRO. And by way of a recap, you'll remember if you saw any of the other videos, and by the way, if you didn't, they are of course available in that YouTube channel called Let the Geek Speak. But back to the story. The I was all about having a high impact beginning to your presentation. Yes, something that's going to grab the audience's attention, break their preoccupation with whatever it is they might have been doing, and reel them into the world of your presentation. And once you've got their attention with your high impact start, which could be a thought-provoking question, a fascinating fact, or a staggering statistic, or a range of other things, once you've got their attention, you then explain why they need to stick with you through your presentation, because you sell them on the benefits, what they're going to get. As you know, every audience member is tuned into that one radio station, WIIFM, What's in It for Me. And so you need to explain what's in it for them and why they need to participate and listen in your presentation. Then you can crystallize your presentation with a snappy, memorable, maybe even humorous title that encapsulates exactly what you want to achieve. And then you move on to the range. You tell them what you're going to tell them. You actually give them the headlines, if you like, of what you're going to go through. So now that brings us to the fifth key component of the 5 key components that make a great start to any presentation. And the O stands for, are you ready for this? Objectives. Yes, objectives. Now, in any presentation, you need to share with your audience what you're trying to achieve. It may be that some informal presentations can just be covered with an overall aim that you're trying to achieve. However, if there are any levels of detail that you need to cover, then I would suggest having written objectives is a great idea. And you can find another video about SMART objectives in the YouTube channel called Let the Geek Speak, which I have already referred to. Now, if you've come across SMART objectives already in the world of work, in terms of managers setting SMART objectives for their team, you'll find that what I use in terms of the words that stand behind those SMART letters, those initials, are actually slightly different. They're along the same lines, but for presentations, I have a slightly different set. So if you have got objectives, now is the time to share them with the audience. And there's a crucial equation that you need to remember in the world of presentations, and in fact in all sorts of places other than presentations as well. And that crucial equation is involvement equals commitment. So the more you involve your audience, the more they're going to be committed to the outcomes. And by sharing the objectives with them, so by the end of the presentation, you'll be able to list the 5 most important points of the new product, or the top 3 reasons why we need to adopt this new work process, or whatever it is. By sharing those objectives, you're getting the audience alongside you to buy in to what you're going to achieve. Now, if you have objectives, that's great. Share them then and ask the audience if that's okay. So show them the objectives and say, how does that sound? Most people are going to politely nod and go, yeah, that's great. Now, if there is any questions or concerns over the objectives, then handle that conversation. If there's perhaps something that's less relevant for that day, then feel free to leave it out. If there's something that's relevant that's not included, you can add it in. But share the objectives with your audience. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus. Put your money away. I'm going to include this in the ticket price because you can also use this O here, not only to remember to share the objectives, but by sneakily adding in a little dash here. Did you see that? It becomes a Q. And what that does is it reminds us to share our question policy. Yes, we can also tell the audience what we want to do about questions. Are we happy to accept questions all the way through our presentation? Would we prefer to hold all questions until the end? Do we want to categorize questions and tell our audience, look, if you just want an answer to some short, snappy thing that you just don't know, ask away. But if you've got a question that you think is going to lead to a bit of a discussion, can you hold that kind of thing till the end? The audience don't know what to do with their questions until we tell them. And so make sure that you do relay your question policy so everybody knows where they stand. So this is the end of our 5-part series, considering the 5 key elements that you must have in order to have a great start to your presentation. High impact beginning, explaining the need, crystallizing it with a title, going through the range of what you're going to cover, like the headlines, and then sharing objectives if you have them and relating your question policy. Doing all of these 5 things, not necessarily in that order, although the high impact part would go first, but doing all of these 5 things will get you off to a flying start in your presentation. It's been great sharing these hints and tips with you. It's been great talking through these individual things on a week-by-week basis and giving you the details that underlie them. But you know, and I know, that it's going to be great when you put these things to work for you and thus receive and reap the rewards of being a geek that can speak. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.